Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Peace. What's up, family? This is your brother, Mr. Holipsism. Um, first I got to start off by saying I hate even doing videos like this, but I've been getting hit up and a deluge of people asking me what do I feel about Kanye West on TMZ making a statement that slavery was a choice. And I'm the type of person that sometimes I feel just engaging in a conversation that's stupid is like playing yourself. Simply by even entertaining dumb shit, it makes you kind of stupid. And I'm doing this, I'm breaking like a rule of mine only because there's been so many people that want my opinion on this, and also because I've heard just a lot of dumb shit. And it was getting to the point where the consistency of the dumb shit was so much that I had to say something just so that people can know where my stance is. And to be honest, I don't know why people don't know where my stance is, but if there's any confusion, I'll break it down. First, I don't want to even address so much Kanye West because I try to decipher what he meant by what he said, because I don't even think Kanye West knows what he's meant by what he said. I think Kanye West is an artist, and in hip hop, freestyling is a gift. Just going off the top, shooting off the cuff is a gift. Put a beat on, you can come up with a whole lot of stuff. Unfortunately, when it comes to history and facts, it's a curse. You can't really freestyle with that. You can't just make up shit off the top of your head and then think everybody's going to be down. So I think that's a combination of what it is. You had genres mixing there. You had the hip hop, freestyle, free flowing, free thought ability mixed with history and facts, and it just doesn't mix. So I think that's what happened. I really, personally, I don't believe that Kanye West had a coherent thought. I think that he was just going off the top of his head. That's just me. But I don't want to address him. What I want to address is the reaction to him. And a lot of the stuff that I've been hearing is what I'm going to be addressing more so than his statements. One, thank you for acknowledging that you're African. I mean, it took Kanye West to get niggas to acknowledge that they're African. Because you're saying slavery was a choice for Africans, right? Like, oh, we came over on these ships, we had the numbers, we could have did this, we could have did. We who? Who you talking about? Because I thought y'all was here first. So thank you for acknowledging that you're African. I don't know if you meant to do it, but that's basically what you're saying. So that's my take on it. I really thank you guys for acknowledging, finally, through Kanye West, that you were African, that your people came from Africa. Thank you for that. Now, my question is, if you didn't come from Africa, if you're still holding strong, because I haven't seen many people coming up with a counter. Like, I haven't seen anybody raising their hand in objection to what Kanye West said, that basically saying, whoa, why are you talking about Africans? We ain't African. They basically piling on like the WWE to what he's saying. So if you didn't come from Africa, why are you questioning African ancestors? Shouldn't you shut your fucking mouth and stay out of the conversation and get back in your TP and smoke your peace pipe? Shouldn't you? Why you open up your mouth on what Africans should have done or should not have done? But then again, as we know, and as I've already pointed out numerous times, our people love living with contradictions. We have no cognitive dissonance. We do what Kanye does, and I guess that's why people relate to him so much, because they go off the top just like he does. Free thought. See, okay. Um, Another thing about the slavery was a choice thing is choice an option now? I mean, if it was an option 400 years ago, isn't it an option now? Because when did well, let me put it like this, because if you say slavery, in a legal sense, slavery doesn't exist anymore. In a legal sense, you can't have slaves. You can go to jail for that. So in a legal sense, you can't own slaves. But the question is, are black people still under the socioeconomic and political domination of white folks in this country? The answer is a resounding yes. The question is, what were black folks brought to America from Africa to America for? They were from Africa to America for free labor, right? Or forget the free, labor. you know, Whether it's free or not, labor. That's what they were brought for. So, what is the main source of African American income in America right now? What's it generated from? Is it generated through industry? No. It's generated through labor. We work for white people, we get paid, that's how we get our money. Very little African business is generating the vast majority of that $1 trillion wealth that we keep talking about. So, it's the irony that I find just hilarious of questioning your ancestors about what they should have or shouldn't have done, or if that was me, I wouldn't have da. You don't need to be Doc Brown or Michael J. Fox. You don't have to go back to the future to know what Negroes right here would have been doing right then. Because you would have been doing the exact same fucking thing that you're doing right now, which is nothing. And I can prove this. You know how I can prove it? I hear people saying, why did you choose to be on the plantation when people, oh, we could have banded together. We had the numbers, which was a lie. We didn't have the numbers. But, like I said, just freestyling, just making brain dead, tone deaf statements with no history and facts attached to them. What is so wrong with reading? I mean, I would even kind of halfway respect a Google search, but what's wrong with reading to know that before you make a really strong statement that you know what the fuck you're talking about? But I don't want to get on this side. I want to go back to this whole concept of leaving the plantation. You know how I know you niggas wouldn't have left the plantation? Because you ain't leaving the plantation now. What is the message of the BAIO? What is the message that I've been kicking on my channel for the longest? We need to establish social, economic, and political control over our reality. We need to establish a base of operations outside of America. You know what that means? It means leaving the fucking plantation. And what has been the response and the reaction to you motherfuckers who now all of a sudden are judging our ancestors from back 400 years ago, when right here fucking now in 2018, you still rejecting nationhood. You still rejecting land. You still rejecting infrastructure, and you still rejecting fucking nationhood. But you're going to sit back and pass judgment on our ancestors saying, well, if it was me, if it was you, nigga, you would have been enslaved just like they were. You wouldn't have did shit because you ain't doing shit now. You don't even have the balls to suggest that we need a nation of our own. How about that? I'm not even asking for you to do anything against the white man. You ain't got to pick up arms and go killing white people and go to war. How about just saying we need a nation of our own? You don't even have the balls to do that. And you want to say, and it's just so ironic that you're going to talk about our ancestors, people that made a choice that if they hadn't made the choices that they made, your black ass wouldn't even be here having the fucking conversation. So this is what annoys and pisses me off more than what Kanye West said. I don't give a fuck about Kanye West. Kanye West has a new album coming out. This is what this is all about. So us just even talking about this shit is us playing ourselves. Album is coming out. This gets his name out in the public. It gets people talking about him. So when he releases the album, everybody knows about it. This is like, you know, rinse and repeat. Wash, rinse, cycle, repeat. You know, it's the same shit over and over again, and we keep falling. Well, you keep falling for it. I can see it. I know what it is. And I'm just feeling disheartened because I'm contributing to this bullshit by actually addressing the stupid ass, brain dead, tone deaf points being raised by this whole nonsense. Why are we even having this conversation? And it gets back to this thing when I'm like, people talk about slavery and I want to use socioeconomic and political domination instead of the word slavery, because you can be slick with that. You know, you can say, oh, there's no more slavery. You can say there's no more slavery. Can you say there's no more socioeconomic and political domination? Can you make that statement? So let's use that. When did that stop? When did that stop in America for black folks? When have we stopped being under the socioeconomic and political domination of white people? BAIO is kicking land, infrastructure, nationhood is our talking points. LIN, land, infrastructure, nationhood. Who controls the land in America? Who controls the infrastructure in America? Whose nation is America? Who does it belong to? Now, I know there's a lot of silly Negroes out here that say, well, this is our nation. Yeah, okay. I made this point before. If somebody steals your leather bomber, is it your bomber or theirs? Do you sit back watching that person walking around the neighborhood with your coat on and say, yo, that's my coat? Or even worse, that used to be my coat. Man, you won't believe how I used to rock that. This nigga ain't rocking it right. Back when I used to have the coat, I used to do... Really, nigga? This is white folks' nation. This is white folks' infrastructure, and this is white folks' land. And if you think it's your land, then why ain't you charging the people living on it taxes and collecting money from them? You know why you ain't? Because you a bitch. That's why. So that's what I got to say about this whole thing. You ain't got to go back to the future. You don't need Doc Brown and Michael J. Fox. You don't need to know, like, take some time machine to figure out what niggas right now would be doing if they was placed in the same situation of the ancestors that they got so much problems with right now. They be doing the exact same thing that they doing with the BAIO. Not wanting to leave the plantation. Because the plantation is America. And you niggas love America. You love it. You don't want nothing established outside of America. So that's how I feel about the whole Kanye West slavery was a choice thing. I hope that I answered you guys' questions and addressed the stupid, brain dead talking points, tone deaf, void of historical facts and accuracy that I've been hearing lately. And it's all, and let me make this last point. The reason why you have people co-signing what this dude says is because people secretly have a burning, passionate hatred of their own people. They hate black people with the burning of 1,000 suns. So whenever you have a Bill Cosby come out and say something about black people, yeah, he told the truth. When you get Kanye coming out, oh yeah, he told the truth. Charles Barkley, oh, he told the truth. Stephen A. Smith, oh, he told the truth. Wendy Williams, Steve Harvey, any of the classic mainstream talking head black niggas. Whenever they come out and say something about black folks, all you're going to get is a bunch of self-hating Negroes co-signing it because they hate black folks just as much as they do. This ain't really that complicated. And I'm going to end it on that. I'll talk to you good people later. Hope y'all have a good day. Peace.
It was war they wanted and war they got, but they put it in the heat where my Uzi got hot when I